now it's, come on, work with me. Work with me, YouTube. Work with me. Oh, it's moving, it's moving. I'm watching this red line just going across now at this point. Done. Done. All right, now it's, come on, work with me. So yes, there's definitely a lag here. Cool. We are now officially live.
Sweet.
Yay. All right.
I don't even know what kind of makeup I plan on doing. It's kind of just go with the flow here. If people have questions, I'll...
Cool. All right. Let's do this. All right, everyone. Welcome. We're going to experience some lags here and there, of course, because everyone's online always now, no matter where you are. But today I have Gabby and I have Allie with me, and we're going to dive into some of our favorite beauty products, also makeup items, but also provide any advice. If you have any questions, we're more than happy to help out. For those that are in Women Hackers, you have a private Zoom with this. And for everyone else in the public, you've got your live YouTube. So feel free to ask questions on either platform. But yeah. Gabby, you want to tell a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Gabby. I'm gabsmashh on Twitter and whatever. And I don't know, I work in security. I came from the medical field, so got an interesting, weird background. But I worked at Sephora for like a season when I was in college, and I've always been a big makeup addict. So super fun to do this kind of stuff.
Allie, your turn.
Hey, I'm Allie, ac1dgoddess on Twitter. I pretty much have just messed with makeup forever, and I learned a lot of it from YouTube. And I don't know, I just played with it. I went to a makeup class one time. I don't have any like super professional training, but it's like been a hobby. So yeah, infosec-wise, I'm a cloud operations engineer. I started as a Linux admin, and I basically just manage infrastructure and automate cloud stuff.
Nice. So my name is Chloe. I work for Point 3 as a VP of strategy, but when I'm not doing that, I'm also running Women Hackers and also WOSAC at the same time. And when I'm not doing that, I just kind of always looking into the latest trends and beauty products. I've definitely ventured in the Korean beauty lines and French lines. I think Canadian lines too now I have in here, but I have a table here for everyone. This is my beautiful. So all they're my favorite products. Yeah. Cool. So I think what we're going to first do is talk a little bit about our favorite beauty products and a little bit of why they're our favorite beauty products. Which one of you guys would like to go first?
Doesn't matter to me. I mean,
Go, Gabby.
Yeah, you go first, Gabby.
I know we posted pictures.
I'm just gonna start doing my makeup too.
We posted pictures of some of these last night. This is one of my favorites. I know Allie has this too. This is the Herbivore Emerald face oil. I tend to have dry skin, so like anything that will give me moisture and keep it there is amazing. So like at night I end up layering like 5 products. So I've got that, and then this. I don't know if you tried this from La Roche-Posay yet, but the Intense Mask is the best. That mixed with the Cicaplast Balm. Like seriously, I put these 2 on and I feel like I have skin again, which is awesome. I don't know, skincare is kind of one of the most important parts of makeup, because if your base doesn't look good and it's not hydrated, then it'll be harder to get your foundation and everything to go on smoothly and stuff like that. So I've got a mix makeup wise. I mean, as far as mascara goes, this stuff is the bomb. It's the Lash Princess. It's like $1. So good. And then I've got a couple e.l.f. things. This is like my ride or die eyeshadow, and they're really expensive, but I'm so in love with them. This is Tom Ford, but it's really cool. It's got like a cream base, and then there's shadow that you layer on top of it. So it's like multi-dimensional without having to like use a whole palette, which is really nice on quick days when I don't feel like doing makeup. This is one of my other favorites, and it's also kind of an expensive item, but it's just so freaking beautiful. It's the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and it is stunning. I don't even see like the metallic on that, but it's crazy. And one of them just falls. Don't worry, I rescued it. Yeah, no, they're really super like stupid pigmented. Like, oh my god, it's absolutely worth it. But yeah, I don't know. As far as everything else, I've got some e.l.f. concealer. My ride or die eyeliner, since everyone always says stuff about that, is actually Physicians Formula, the waterproof version of the eye booster. Or I use a Maybelline gel liner. Sometimes I do gel, sometimes I do liquid. It just really depends. But I mean, I can demo one eye of each tonight if we want and see if I can even get them even. That's about it as far as makeup goes.
Excellent. Allie, you want to kick it off with some of your favorite?
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna second Gabby on the Emerald CBD face oil. I love that. I use it all the time. I found out about it from her, so it's like I love it. I use that more as like kind of an intense oil, so like in the morning or at night. I don't so much put it on right before my makeup, just because sometimes it'll make my skin a little bit too oily with my makeup if I put it on too soon. If I have to do right before, like what I just put on is Soap and Glory. So I think I got this at Target probably, honestly, but it's before daily use. This one. And that's like my quick kind of go-to moisturizer, like before makeup. Let's see, foundation wise, I have dry skin, so I use primer. I use Morphe for a lot of stuff. The Morphe primer, it's the revitalizer one, is the one I use, and I really like it because it feels like it moisturizes my skin, but it doesn't like make my foundation cakey. And I like the Morphe foundation too. Concealer wise, I'm honestly still testing out concealers. Like my ride or dies have been like NYX and Kat Von D concealers over the years, but I'm kind of trying out new things lately, so I don't have a favorite. What did I tweet about? I tweeted about my Alien palette. This is Jeffree Star, and it's just fun. I like the shape of it, but I really like the colors too. Like a lot of my daily driver colors are in here. Like this is a good base color. It's Titan color. This gray I really like. Other than that, I use a lot of Kat Von D. I use her Shade and Light for contouring. I use the single palette one just because I'm boring like that. And I use the Shade and Light eye palette also. I have a bunch of like random palettes that I love that I want to talk about. It'll take too long. And eyeliner and stuff wise, I tweeted about the Kush, and Gabby and I were talking about the Kush Milk Mascara. This is the waterproof one. I have the mini version, but I really like it a lot. It's a little clumpy, but when I don't have eyelash extensions on, like right now when the eyelash extensions place is closed, I really like it for kind of extending my eyelashes and making them more dramatic.
Oh my god, I forgot to tell you, I'm doing my own tape ins this weekend, so if you need some entertainment, let
me know how it goes.
Oh, I'm stoked. My best friend normally does them, but we're obviously not able to hang out. So she's got a newborn anyway. So
yeah, I let all my eyelash extensions fall out. So I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be weird because I'm used to. I normally do the laziest things, like I tint my eyebrows and I, get eyelash extensions and do like the least amount possible to where I can just wake up and be like, not bad.
I just miss going to the brow bar, Benefit Brow Bar.
I know.
Like my place. Now I'm like, how do I do this?
I know. It's crazy to think like when I was younger, I used to get my eyebrows waxed like at, like nail salons and stuff, and just kind of places where they do. And I mean, my mom even like would do it, but like super basic. And then I went to the brow bar and they actually like map out your eyebrows to your eye shape, and it was like life changing. eyebrows are everything.
Oh, they do such a good job.
Yeah, I really like them.
Yeah, I use, so when this was really cool. They came up with this product here. It's a brown
Oh yeah, I have that. Yeah.
right? It's amazing. So if anyone is not aware, what you do is you mark the outside of your eyebrows with this very thinly. And then you fill it in the middle with this powder stuff. Now, I love this thing, don't get me wrong, but it leaves a huge mess when applying it. So I kind of go back to the Anastasia brow wiz. That is like one of my favorites, is this one. I love it. I'm one of those people, I don't know how to do pencils, like brow pencils for the life of me, but this is really good because what you do is you brush your eyebrows first.
Oh, cool.
Then use the outside, which is a lot thinner than the other one, but you start from the top part down here, and then fill it in, doing lightly strokes. And then it's okay if it's not all exactly the same, because when you then brush it out and then it kind of folds all over it. It's really good. When it comes to, I also have normal to dry skin. When I'm traveling, I tend to use only 2 products on my face. And of course, I'm not traveling anytime soon, but when I would travel every week on a flight and my skin would get super dry, I was really obsessed with this stuff. I'm really low on it. It's called Beauty Oil by Rms. I'm a huge fan of their products. I've used them probably for like 6 years now. It's like an all natural one. But then I got introduced to Milk. This hydro primer is amazing. You can put on like the thickest lotion underneath your face. I mean, like underneath, and you put this on top, and then it puts a whole coat over your face, and it keeps it very hydrated. So if you are prone to have dry skin, I highly recommend using this primer. I will even use it even when I don't put makeup on. So that's what I would do when I'm traveling. I would only have like 2 products. But since now I'm at home all the time, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and invest in some other products. And then I got introduced to the Ordinary line. So I have a bunch of these. So I'll pull them all out for you guys to see.
Have you seen the Inky List at Sephora? Because they're like a similar line to Ordinary as well.
Yeah, it's great because it's inexpensive and you're getting the things that you need like just directly.
Check out Good Molecules too.
Ooh, okay, I'll check
I'll
out that.
send you a link for it. It's really good.
Yeah, so the Ordinary, there's this really cool 10-minute facial. It looks like blood when you put it on.
It looks cool.
It is really cool. Yeah, it's like blood. It's gross.
How does it like dry? Like,
yeah,
like,
so
how does it feel?
So you put it on your face for like 10 minutes, and then you rinse it off with like lukewarm water. I highly recommend it says you can use it twice a week. I honestly say only use it once a week, and you don't want to wear anything afterwards for like a good 24 hours, because your skin can be super sensitive with this stuff, because it does have AHA and BHA in it. And this stuff is pretty serious, so don't put it on for more than 10 minutes or else you are going to be asking for some major shed. But what I do use now daily is I use the Ordinary Buffet one. So you put like 4 drops on your skin and you let it dry. And then in the morning, I put hyaluronic acid and B5. So if you have really dried skin, this stuff is amazing. You just put a little bit on there and it just gets soaked into your skin. So you could have like the driest skin known to man, and it works really well. It's like instant. And it is a vegan formula, because most of the time it's not vegan. At night, I use the Buffet again, and then I follow it up with retinoid, because if you are in your late 20s and so on, you're supposed to start using retinoid to prevent having wrinkles, or you can start using like vitamin C serums during the day to avoid getting fine lines and spots. And then I go to sleep with a ton of rosehip seed oil, which is full of vitamin A. So, which is retinoid. Retinoid is a vitamin A as well. So those are things I tend to use. But my everyday thing is I am a big fan of La Roche, which some other people have mentioned, and Gabby has. I just use I have sensitive skin, so I can't really use anything with like fragrance in it. So I use this for my eyes, just a little bit, and then this is the daily lotion that I use. It's very lightweight, but it's super hydrating, and it really works for all skin types. Now, if you are someone with oily skin, I do recommend 2 products, and they're both by Tatcha. If you're not aware of it, there is the Deep Cleanse Tatcha. So if you have oily skin, this is really good. It takes out all like the dirt and also takes out your oil like instantly, but doesn't leave it over drying. Followed with the water cream. So it is very moisturizing, just a little bit, but like I said, it's good for really oily skin. So if you have oily skin, that is like my biggest recommendation is using these products. I know a lot of friends that do have oily skin, and these work magically for them. For makeup remover, I use Bioderma. It's very easy and gentle. So if you have sensitive skin, this is really good. There's no smells or anything. Just put a little bit on a cotton pad and just wipe your face off. Another one is coconut oil, but for some people it makes them break out. So highly recommend getting one of these little guys. They're really good. Have you guys what do you guys use for your makeup remover usually?
I use these sometimes.
Yeah.
Wipes, but I've been trying to be a little bit more eco-conscious. So I use Good Molecules makes a really, really good like oil cleansing balm.
Uh-huh.
And it's fragrance free. It's not really comedogenic. I don't remember what kind of oil is in it, but it's really, really good, especially for removing like waterproof makeup and stuff. So
yeah, I use the same. I use the Neutrogena wipes. I feel like it's a bad habit, but I've been using them just forever, and it's like a comfort zone thing. But I use the purple ones have kind of like oil in them, and so I use the purple ones at night when I take my makeup off, and then I'll use the blue ones, which are the regular ones, like in the morning, like kind of just to wipe my face off before I do my makeup. And it also helps add like a little bit of like subtle moisture to my face to help like lay a good base kind of.
Yeah. So we got a question of what is an inexpensive product to help gentlemen with dark circles under their eyes? There's a couple tricks that you can do. I have hereditary dark circles. I have Middle Eastern blood in me. It's the only part that you see that's Middle Eastern on me. So one of the things you can use is actually getting a black tea bag and like steep it for a little bit and then put it over your eyes. So if you have really bad dark circles, that's one way. It helps with reducing it. But if you want to use something to help with getting rid of dark circles, I highly recommend using a retinoid product. So like this baby right here, it costs like less than I think it's less than $10 to be honest. Retinoid, it really helps with getting rid of dark circles or any pigments that's in your skin. So that's gonna be really helpful. Another thing is looking for, Ordinary also carries a vitamin C serum. So that could also help. They also carry, I think, a coffee one. So anything, like I said, that contains caffeine, like coffee or anything like a dark tea is going to actually help you with dark circles, but also gain sleep, drinking lots of water. If you're going to drink, you will definitely show it the next day if you have bad dark circles. But if you want to cover up, I do know a lot of men that do cover up their dark circles. And if you do, there's 2 things you can do. So I use color corrector. So this is a Bobbi Brown one. Depending on your colored shade of your skin, I have white with yellow tone. So for me, I have to use a light peach color. So it looks like this. And what you just do is you dab just a little bit underneath, and it takes out the blackness of your dark circles or dark purple. And then you can just follow up with a dab of not foundation, but concealer. I don't use foundation, but I use concealer for under my eyes only. Shape Tape is a very strong one. So if you want to really cover up those dark circles on, like, say, on a call like this would be great for it. If you want something a little bit more lightweight, but does do very well in NARS, has some really good Radiant Creamy Concealer is really good. But yeah, those are the items I recommend for dark circles. And I know someone did ask about the oily skin. And once again, I really do recommend using the products from Tatcha, where are they? These guys here, the deep cleanser and the water cream. And these two can be kind of expensive. So if you don't want to spend over 20 bucks on each item, because these babies do add up. I think it's like usually the large one of this is like 50 bucks. What you can do is get something, go to Target and get some of La Roche. They have some oily skin products, but sometimes people have oily skin when they have sensitive skin or they're not getting enough moisture. So you're going to want to have something to try to see if that's what you have. So a good way to know if you have oily skin, dry skin, or normal skin is the following. When you step out of a warm or hot shower, how does your skin on your face feel? So if you go through 1 hour after your shower, you start feeling like there's a little bit of oil on your skin, that means you have oily skin. If your skin feels super tight on your face, that means you have dry skin. If you don't have either of that, that means you probably have normal or sensitive skin. So this is a really good way to note, because a lot of times people think they have oily skin when in reality it just means that they need to use a better moisturizer. So just keep that in mind. Thank you, Audrey. Yeah, this is really, guys, this is without makeup on right now. This is probably my first time without makeup on this. Yes, Joe, drink more water, less rum. Last night I had red wine, so definitely darker today than usual. Steak on the eyelids, that sounds really manly. But yeah, yeah, you could also do, some people, they put not coconut, but if you have puffy eyes and they're dark, so say you went drinking the night before, and everyone's face looks a little bit swollen usually after drinking. So one of the things you could do is get cucumber pieces and actually put over your eyes. It's really refreshing. Or I'd get 2 spoons, wet them, put it in the freezer for like 5 minutes, and then just put it
I like that,
which is great. Crystal asked, how often do you guys clean your brushes? Oh, this is bad.
How often are you supposed to clean your brushes?
I think once a week, right? You're supposed to?
Yeah.
I don't use brushes. I just use this. This is the only tool I use in my fingers.
Look at mine, it's super beat up. This is like the Eco Tools one. I went through a couple of beauty blenders and I realized I actually like this one.
Yeah, I use just the original. I use the Pro Beauty Blender Pro, the black one, because I just like the pointiness, because I could get really in here.
Yeah, this is the like Real Techniques one, and I like it because it has like this flat angle. So I'll use the flat angle like for my under eyes, and then I can use the rest to just blend stuff out.
Nice. Okay, well, while you guys are doing your face, I'm gonna do my face too.
I know someone had a question about brows. I just did mine, well, partially. I'm not done with them, but basically what I do is I just start lining from the bottom. So I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow. I love that stuff. I've had the same jar for like forever. You barely make a dent in it. So what I do is I line from the bottom and just like kind of carve out where I want that arch to be. And then I start like maybe a quarter of the way through, so like here, and just carve out that top, and then I fill in, and then I take the spoolie and start running it through the front just to blend it. So I don't know, Allie's brows are awesome too, so I'm sure she has.
Yeah. I am pretty lazy about my brows. I try and like long-term maintain them rather than makeup maintain them. Like I try and keep them waxed and tinted, so I have to do less. So when they're tinted, like in non-quarantine life, I usually just use like a brow mascara. So I just go pretty cheap with it and use like a NYX one. And I have silver hair. I just usually do my eyebrows pretty dark just because I like the way it looks better. And I use the NYX micro brow pencil too. So I basically kind of do the same thing. I use the pencil to like outline my eyebrows and kind of draw in the main details. And then I go back usually with an eyeshadow, usually black or really dark brown, kind of just depending on what I'm wearing. And I'll use that to kind of like reinforce the very tail end of my brow. And then I'll use the spoolie on the other end of this pencil and kind of blend it together.
Yeah, I just put this on. I already moisturized my face before, but if anyone wanted to know what I used on my face beforehand, was that these two, which is this. And anyone can use this one. This literally works for any skin type. So I put this on and I do a little bit for the eyes because the most amount of makeup I wear is around my eyes because literally the only thing I really care about with my makeup is covering up my dark circles. So this is what I use for my eye. Really, really light, just a little bit of it. But yeah, I just put the primer on to help so then I can start building stuff up on my eye area.
And so far, I use, these are old. I don't think they make these anymore, but they're the Master Camo color correctors. I don't color correct every time I do my makeup, but I know someone had asked a question about it this time. So I use like a darker peach for under my eyes. My skin's a little bit deeper in tone, and I have more of a blue tinge under my eyes. If you feel like you have more of a purple tinge, then you might want to go towards a yellow one. I did add a little bit of yellow in there. And then I'm also like phenomenally breaking out right now. So green is really good for any active breakouts you have. If you have any, spots to cover, put a little bit of green on, blend it out, green and red cancel out. So it should at least mask that a little bit. And then if you do have any discoloration, like sometimes I get some like around the corners of my nose, just dull areas, I will use like a light lavender. It's good for brightening those areas.
Yeah, I just use the peach, the Bobbi Brown one, which I just got introduced to. I just use a little bit on my finger, but I used to not know anything about color corrector. So the first time I used this one, the Urban Decay. But if you do have like you were saying, like
that one too.
gray, darker ones, like really like bruises here, this is not going to do anything for you. It's going to make your area look very gray. And it makes it worse. But yeah, using something that's dark is going to be your best friend if you have.
So this primer is phenomenal. So I've used the Tatcha, the Silk Primer, and it's a really similar texture. This is the e.l.f. Luminous. They also make one in matte, so depending on what your skin looks like. Mine's dry, so I went with Luminous, but I've heard the matte one's really awesome as well. You just like scoop a little bit out and you rub it into your skin, and it's awesome. It's a smooth base, but it's also hydrating. And then for foundation, I mixed these three because I always mix foundations. But the Smashbox Studio Skin is phenomenal. This stuff is bulletproof. The tiniest drop will like cover your entire face, so it's really worth it. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. It is a more natural finish, I would say. So if I blend that with the super full coverage, I get a little bit more of like a satin finish. And then this just adds a little bit of moisture. This is awesome. This is the Lancome Skin Feels Good, and it's basically just a tinted moisturizer, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, just now I used kind of like something I've been just kind of testing out because my skin is so dry. It's like really, I almost can't wear foundation a lot of times because my skin gets so dry and flaky, but I'm using Neutrogena Hydro Boost hydrating tint.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I really like it actually. I'm using Nude 40. And they have a lot of like different range of skin tones and stuff. I really like it actually. It doesn't dry out my skin. If my skin is a little too moisturized, like I was talking about earlier, how I don't like putting an oil on right before, it will like get cakey with stuff. But if you like time everything out right or just use like a less intense moisturizer with it, I feel like it works really good. And I just set it with usually depending on what I'm going to do with my makeup. I mean, I really like, I'm out of it right now, but I like the Kat Von D like translucent powder. And I'll usually cake just like a crap load under my eyes and leave it there for the whole time I do my makeup, because when I do my eyeshadow, I get a lot of fallout. So I'll cake a lot of powder on, and then at the end I can like brush the powder off and usually get the fallout off without blending much of eyeshadow under my eyes, if that makes sense.
Oh, one trick with eyebrows, make sure that this part is darker than the front. A lot of people don't know that, but you want to do that.
Great. So do we want liquid liner first or gel liner first?
Ooh, you know what? I haven't played around with gel eyeliner too much at all.
I don't have gel liner, I just have liquid.
Yeah.
I've used the stick one, and I used to love the stick because I was always scared of the wet one, because I kid you not, I think once a week I usually get a little bit of the liquid in my eye.
It burns.
The whole thing. And that's what happened earlier today. I got a little bit in my eye. It was great. Oh yeah, clean your mascara brushes or else you're going to regret it. The stuff will fall into your eye. And that's not fun.
My brush is still like super crazy from that neon look I did. Like it's stayed forever now.
Yeah. You are supposed to clean your brushes a lot more than I clean mine.
Yeah.
You know what? My skin would probably look way better if I.
Also, I feel like everyone will appreciate this is my makeup brush holder. It's a
Oh my
coffin.
I don't own a single brush. So the thing that I love about RMS is that it's all supposed to be used with your fingers. I'll show you why I love RMS. So RMS I use if I ever need to use concealer. So once again, you guys, I don't use concealer unless I really need to use like a big event or something like that. Then I'll use concealer, or if I went out all night doing any kind of work, then I might need concealer. But what I use is RMS concealer. It's just kind of like just a little bit of this, and you just apply it with your fingers, and then you blend it in with a beauty blender if you want, or just your fingers. It's coconut based, so it really does melt into your skin really fast. I have two different eye shades I tend to use: magnetic for nighttime, and then solar for just daytime. So I just use a little bit for my eyes. Everything is, like I said, everything you use is you're supposed to use with your hands. But my favorite product of RMS that really turned me onto their products was the Living Luminizer. So if you ever want to get that nice little glow, this stuff is amazing. What do you guys do for your glow?
Oh my god, I layer, man. Like, so I've got highlighters, like my hoarding product. So if I want to get one, these are my two favorites. The Makeover stick is really, really beautiful. And it just rolls. This is the Kevin Aquan. It's like glass glow. It looks really good with no makeup. It's just like a gel almost, and it just like sits on your face. And as far as powder goes, I usually put a cream on first, and then I'll powder over it after I set my makeup. And I have a million that I literally just rotate between. I have some like Becca ones. I've got a couple of Anastasia ones. This is my recent favorite, although it only works well when I'm like super pale, but like this Marc Jacobs one is huge. But I really like Physicians Formulas too, and then Maybelline has like bomb highlighters.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really weird that I remember this, Gabs, but one of the first times that we like talked on Twitter, you posted a selfie, and I was like, oh my god, your highlighter is so dope. What do you use? And I remember you mentioned that Marc Jacobs one. I don't know why I remember that it was the Marc Jacobs one.
That's crazy. I don't even remember that.
Well, it's because I love you, you know.
So as far as the wing goes with my liner, I just take my eye line and like extend it out just like at the angle that I want to. And then I start at that outer corner and I just like connect it with the lid. And then I just fill it in. And then if it's not sharp enough, you can like draw a little bit more at the end just to make it sharper. Sharp enough to kill a man. Yeah.
I think we all chose kind of like neutral eyeshadow,
Mhm.
which works really well because neutral, like earth toned eyeshadows tend to look good on like any skin tone because they are more complementary to what colors you pair with them, so like what you're wearing and stuff. So they tend to work with like whether you have cool or warm skin tone.
When I do gel on my other eye, this brush is super weird. I don't know if you can see it. It's not even really a brush. It's like a silicone tip.
Oh yeah.
And I've used like angled brushes, but I don't like any of them as much as I like this. This is from Real Techniques, I think. It came in like their eye set. And at first I was like, what is this? And I used it and I was like, it is amazing. We'll see if I can get it even with the liquid, but.
Do you guys use any powder, like clear powder for anything?
Yeah, I'll use like the cat. I'm out of it, but I like the Kat Von D one, the clear.
Yeah, they have a really good one. I use, I'm almost out of this. My RMS one, I only use this for like, in case if I am wearing foundation, in case my skin gets a little bit oily, like around my forehead, I cover it up with a little bit of this baby.
Yeah.
But I tend to actually use it for my, to set in my eyeshadow, because my eyeshadow is more of a liquid versus a powder. So then it kind of stays in one place.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I do my eyeshadow, I mean, it kind of depends on what I'm going to be wearing and stuff. But in general, I kind of go in with like usually a gray tone, like a neutral tone every time. Like here, I use this tone, and I just go into like the creases of my eyes and kind of try and like carve out my eyes. I have small eyes. You also have to go with like your eye shape and stuff. So I have small eyes, so I try and like make them look more exaggerated. And usually liquid eyeliner, if I don't have eyelash extensions and my eyelashes aren't popping, liquid eyeliner kind of will make my eyes look like beady a little bit, I feel like. So instead of doing the liquid eyeliner, when I don't have big lashes and I don't want to put big lashes on, because that's like doing a live demo, like I feel like right now.
I have problems with lashes. Like I've had times where the glue goes into my eyes, and then you guys, I kid you not, like anytime mascara goes into my eye, eyeliner goes into my eye, I have to use this shit. Like this is what I use, and it's now empty. But I use this all the time. Like if my eyes are pinkish from like some sensitivity, I put a little bit of this baby, so then it like instantly turns white. Especially if you're flying, your eyes get really dry, or if you don't get enough sleep, the stuff is amazing. It hurts like hell when you put it in, but it works. Like you will be crying when you put this in. That's life.
I have a problem more with my, like when I do liquid eyeliner and stuff, my eyes water a lot. So I have to like have Q-tips and stuff nearby and try and like maintain it while my eyes water.
The only thing I hate is when I get lash glue on my contact. Like that's the worst thing.
So I use two eyeliners these days. I used to use the milk one, but I've been trying to get more into the liquid ones. But I always do a very thin line unless I'm going out, then I do a thick one. But I use the Kat Von D one. It's vegan friendly if anyone's a vegan. The other one is the roller liner by Benefit. So these are both travel sizes because I switch them up sometimes and I don't know which one to use.
I usually do pretty dramatic eyeliner, at least on the bottom, because I tend to do like kind of blackish eyeshadow on the top. Right now, I mean, usually my daily driver, honestly, for years has been this like NYX black eyeliner, just the retractable one, because it lasts forever. It's retractable, so I don't have to worry about taking a sharpener with me if I'm traveling or whatever. And they're like $5, and I go through black eyeliner really, really fast. So I just buy like 2 or 3 at a time and kind of go through those. For my nice, for most of my makeup stuff, I have like a nice version and like a random, like, you know, kind of like Target or Walgreens version of like everything, because I'm like, I want to test it. So my nice eyeliner, I probably would use the Urban Decay one. I really like their 24/7 one, and I usually use it in like black. But it runs under my eyes, I feel like, a little bit because my eyes water a lot. But I don't use eye drops or anything like that. So
Well, now you have a trick. Use them. They work.
yeah.
But you don't want to use it for like more than 5 days in a row because then your eyes get used to it and then that becomes dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, only use it for like when you feel like your eyes are just really irritated.
That makes sense.
So as far as pencil goes for me, I've used this for years now. I'm obsessed with it. This is the Urban Decay. It's the 24/7, but it's made for your waterline.
Yeah, that is the one I have.
I can sit there and literally cry my eyes out. Not that I cry, but if I did, it's still there. It's insane. Like, I've never used anything like it. And honestly, one of them lasts me a really long time because I only use it on my bottom lashes. So
yeah, I usually only use pencil eyeliner on the bottom. And then I'll use liquid on top. Or if I don't want to do eyeliner, I'll do like what I'm doing right now, which looks ridiculous at first. But I just put like a bunch of black in the corners of my eyes and then I just blend it out.
And now we're gonna watch Gab rustle lashes because she forgot that she did her nails today. That's next level, man. Like, doing lashes is one thing, and then when you have stiletto nails, it's a whole other thing. Same with taking out your contacts, honestly. Like, taking out your contacts with stiletto nails is an Olympic sport. So I just like, it's probably wasteful, but I put like a little glob of eyelash glue here. I use the dark one. Sometimes I use the clear ones, sometimes too. It just really depends. I'm out of the clear one right now, so I do dark eyeliner most of the time anyway. And I just get the lash band, sit on that, you like wave it for a second because you want it to get like slightly tacky. And then I line up the outer corner first.
I literally am just stopping and watching you so that I can love this because I fail at every time putting fake eyelashes on.
And then you need to make sure you get the inner corner in too. And then I kind of just go back and forth and make sure, both ends are adhered because sometimes you like press down one end and the other end pops up. I know some people use like tweezers on this stuff too. I usually just press my nail down on it and make sure. Okay, there's one more.
Do you guys use the Kush mascara for your bottom as well?
I've used it.
I can't use that brush. Like, for some reason, like it'll just leave so much like on my skin. So I've been using the Roller Lash by Benefit because I really, really like this brush for bottom lashes only. So if you see, it's really thin. It gets the bottom lashes really nicely. But I wouldn't use this for my top.
Yeah.
The Kush is like, it's magical.
I like it a lot. I just started using it. But yeah, before that I used the Better Than Sex by Too Faced. And I like that one a lot too. I don't really know which one I like more. But again, I mean, I like a different look, I feel like, on my eyelashes. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't like their eyelashes to look clumpy, but when I don't have extensions, I do mine more clumpy because if I don't, I feel like you can't see them, and then I just feel like I look weird. But yeah, so I just put like a bunch of black on the outer corners of my eyes, and then I took like a brush that has like looser bristles, and I do like a forward circle motion, and I just try and kind of like blend it towards the inner part of my eye, and I just like do it till I feel like it looks good, I guess. I don't know. And sometimes you can like blend it too much and it'll get kind of muddy. And when I do that, I'll usually just take another brush and get like a really light eyeshadow and just put it in the corners and just try and exaggerate the inner corners of my eyes more, because if you exaggerate the inner corners of your eyes more, the more they pop, the more awake you look. So if you struggle with like bags and stuff, if you put a little pop of something in the right inner corner of your eye, it will help a lot.
Definitely on that one.
In fact, one of my favorite products for doing that, honestly, and usually I will do it every time I do my makeup when I go out. And it's one of these NYX Jumbo eye pencils. And it's not the milk one, but it's called cottage cheese. But it's like a pearl.
What? That is so weird.
Yeah, I was like, ew, what an unattractive. I never paid attention to the name. I was like, ew, this sounds really unappealing, but it's like a shimmery white. I'm like, where can I swatch? I have all these tattoos. It's like a shimmery white.
Ooh.
And so I will literally just take it and like rub a bunch in my corners and then like blend it out with a really little brush. And then I find like it highlights the corners of my eyes really well. But it's only when I want to like go out. I wouldn't do this for like everyday makeup. I'm just being dramatic because
Now we're starting contouring.
Yeah, I was just about to start that. No, but I forgot to grab Q-tips. Usually I use Q-tips to get a little bit of the black off of mascara, or if my eyeliner's off, I do that.
I'm doing like a full beat, by the way. Like my face is gonna be. Sometimes like, so I do like full like concealer, full powder. Like I'll do the sculpting powder and stuff. I do it because it looks really good in pictures.
Mm-hmm.
What looks good in pictures doesn't always look good in real life.
No.
and
The clown style, like, now you
Yeah.
just blend it in. I'm like, no, trust me, don't do it. Don't do it.
But a lot of times if I'm not gonna be doing a picture, or if I'm just doing makeup to like chill, my makeup is very different. It's usually just like tinted moisturizer, some mascara, stuff like that. This is definitely more of a full glam makeup.
So I know that you guys did your your foundation concealer already. I'm one of those people that I just like to do as possible. So I just do, if you're using, the NARS is really good if you want just a light concealer for under your eyes, or like just very light concealer, but it's not really light, it's more like a medium. But if you want a heavy duty one, there's this one called Shape Tape by Tarte, which does really good. You only need a little bit. And I just apply it where the red areas are, which is usually right by your nose, and then like right underneath the dark circles. And if you remember, I put a corrector underneath it, so it helps a lot.
And e.l.f. makes a really good one I used today. Everyone was saying this is a really good dupe for Shape Tape, and it's the 16-hour camo concealer. It's a couple bucks. And then they actually just recently came out with a hydrating version of that. It's really good too, especially on like no makeup users with their makeup. It works really well. So this was just cream contour. I used the Anastasia cream contour palette. I've had it forever. These are really dry, so actually sometimes if it's super dry and hard to blend, I'll add a drop of oil into the pan. Just whatever face oil I have on hand, and mix it up. Makes it a lot easier to blend out and shears out a little bit because this stuff's really intense.
I use powder for contouring. I run everything pretty much except highlighter sometimes. I usually start with bronzer because I'm so pale. I try to just like add a little bit of color to my face before I actually do like a hard contour, because I feel like it just makes my contour look better. I don't know. I also have like, chubby cheeks, so it's like I just contour the hell out of it.
I do both powder and cream contour because I am extra.
And when I put on bronzer, I'm like a lot more, I guess, liberal with it, because I get like a lighter toned bronzer. Like this is Physicians Formula. I just picked it up the other day actually, and it's the butter bronzer.
I love that.
Yeah, I really like it. It's like
Oh,
it
good.
smells so good. It smells like coconut. Like, um, I love it. And so I'll like kind of put that and just like kind of try and I guess frame my face with it with the bronzer and then go back with contour and do like a hard line on my cheeks.
What I do for contouring, I just use two products. Both of them are RMS, and it's just a little bit of each. I use the Eye Polish Seduce instead of their bronzer because their bronzer can be very pinkish to me. So I want something a little bit darker for yellow tone. But if you have pink tone or beige tones, you want to probably use their bronzer instead of their Eye Polish Seduce because it has golden tones to it.
Yeah.
And then I use the Living Luminizer on top of it. So
For my contour, like I said, I use Kat Von D Shade and Light. I said that was one of my favorite things. I've used it for a long time. I use a lot of Kat Von D products. I feel like they're pretty good. They're vegan and like I feel like they come in a lot of different skin tones and stuff. So I like that she like tries to do that. And I feel like they're generally good products. I've used pretty much like one of every, kind of category of hers, like an eyeliner and a mascara and stuff. And I didn't like her mascara very much, but I like her face products, I guess, more than her eye products, maybe. Besides the shaded plus light, the eye palette that has like, but it just has basic colors is why I like it. It's good for traveling because you have like foundational colors. It sucks when a palette has super great colors, but it's such an awkward shape, like that alien palette that I love. Like I love it, but I can never take it traveling with me. Like I don't really ever take it to cons or anything because it's so awkwardly shaped and stuff. It's just kind of not worth the trying to fit it in my purse. I try and get like mini palettes a lot too.
I don't know if you can even see it. I've got like a full powder baking beat going on right now. Told you I was gonna go full Insta glam. I just smudged out my lower lash line with just some brown shadow. Because it adds a little bit of depth, softens the black liner. The best thing ever for foolproof lashes is to take your black eyeliner after the lash glue dries and draw a little bit over.
So I did the bronzer already. So if you saw, I do not put it all the way like this. You're only supposed to put it just right at the crease of right underneath your cheekbone. So right here, that's the only area. And then you blend it down in a little bit more into the skin with a beauty blender, or you can use your fingers. Like I said, RMS products were meant to use your fingers or beauty blender. Then you put a little bit on the side of your nose, just a little bit. So did a little bit here. And then of course on the forehead, so you want to probably do it all the way down if you want. But because of the lighting in my office room, it's not the best because it's just the light just going straight down on me. So this is what it would look like if my light wasn't going down on me.
It's so crazy how much lighting affects makeup. Like I'm glad we all have really different lighting because I feel like it shows how lighting affects makeup differently. Like there's been times where I've done my makeup in a certain light and then I'll walk outside or something and look in the mirror and be like, oh shit. Like, and just see things I messed up on or see things that didn't look as good or whatever, or see things that aren't as blended as well.
So I'm now going to do the Living Luminizer. This is a brush just for highlighting that RMS carries. You don't need one of these. This was pricey and it's unneeded. All you need to use is, once again, your finger. So all you do is you push the brush up and you put a little bit here. You're going to want to do is, I'm not looking in the mirror when doing this. I'm using my camera here. So you want to go straight down your nose. Put a little bit at the Cupid's lip, right here. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And then you want to go right above your cheekbone with this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say when you're doing contour. That's how I learned to do my contour is like someone told me like fill right here and like literally kind of feel there's like an empty kind of space like right there where your cheekbones end and it's like they're like start your contour right there. Just kind of go in until it looks good kind of thing. I feel like a lot of makeup is like feeling it out. Like there are some rules, but not really.
Yeah.
It's more just like
See, I'm just like, let me cover up again. So let's see here. I put a little bit over here.
oh yeah, like on your arch. Oh, that
Right.
looks good.
Put a little bit right here and here, and then you just kind of blend it in. I can't really use my camera for this part, so I'm gonna use my mirror.
I like a blending highlight, so like this is obnoxious. You can see it, but like
Yeah.
it's like obnoxious.
good.
All this stuff. It's literally like straight metallic. It's the I don't know if they make this still. It's one of the old Hourglass palettes. It's the metallic strobe lighting palette. This stuff is gold. It literally like you could literally see this from outer space. The aliens are gonna come get me because they can see me.
All right, there you go. Now it's all blended. I can see. But yeah, so you get this kind of glow now of the face. You don't want to use too much because then people will think you have oily skin, but having that nice dewy kind of look is that kind of glow. When we're talking about a glow, it's something like it looks like you went for a run and you shower, but you have that nice glow. Like you look healthy. There we go. You look healthy in the middle of not being the healthiest person right now.
Mine looks like I fell into a vat of glitter. I'm okay with that.
This is like what I use for my natural highlighter, and it's Too Faced. It's the Love Light one, but when I really like holographic highlighters a lot. Like it's usually what I use just because I like the way it looks with like my pale skin. My favorite is actually the NYX. It's duochrome, and so it has like a lavendery. This is Twilight tint, so it's kind of like a lavender, like I can't think of the word right now. I'm blanking, but you know when something like holographic, but lavender toned, and I really like it. It's broken right now, so it looks really sad. But
when you guys do blush, do you tend to use your own blush or do you tend to use your lipstick?
I use blush. I use like an Urban Decay blush.
I tend to use this, but I use it for lips as well. But it's Lip to Cheek Promise. I think it's really nice. It has this gold rosy color.
I have a lot of redness in my skin naturally, and so like instead of putting green on and trying to cancel it out, I'll kind of just put thin foundation on and let my redness kind of be my blush a little bit, and then I'll just use kind of like a very like neutral blush and more use that to like add some color in between all the brown of my bronzer and contour and just even stuff out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just do right here for this, just the apple right here.
So in the summer, this stuff is amazing. This is the NYX blush, which is the stick blush. And this one's in Coralicious. And like it's the perfect, like if you just put it on the apples of your cheeks and rub it in, it's like the perfect, like been out in the sun, got like a little bit sunburned blush. So good. I just put Jeffree Star lipstick on Mannequin, I think. His lipsticks all smell like root beer, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, his lipstick smells super good.
I'm obsessed with RMS lipstick. It lasts forever. I have a few different colors, but this is my daily kind of wear if I want to. It's kind of a subtle neutral pink, but not too pink-ish. If I want kind of like more of a nude color, I tend to do the matte tape one, which is a little bit more of this kind of burnt color, like a burnt brown color. And then if I'm going out at night and I really want to not draw too much attention to any dark circles possible, like I said, the dark circles are gone from it. It's just the lighting in here. But you can also do a really bright lipstick because that will mask up the dark undertones under your eyes. So I can use the cherry this is a Bare Mineral ones. The only problem I have with this is that it does come off. even though it's supposed to stay forever. And by forever, it's supposed to last for hours. But I would have to reapply. Versus Rms, which is completely natural. Temptation is the one that I tend to use. For those that are all about chapsticks, I have two suggestions. One is there's this thing called a lip sleeping mask. Now, this is a Korean product that you can get at Sephora if you want. But it's one of my favorites. What it is this giant thing. And this one is berry or something. But it smells, I was about to hand it over, like, here, smell it, you guys. But it's really good because you just put it on during the night, and then you don't need chapstick at all for the rest of the day. You'll work on cracked lips, with the driest lips. You do apply it, it gives you a nice little envelope and a little brush. So you put a little bit on before bed, so then you don't need chapstick at all. It's great. So you go wake up with really moisturized lips. It's probably the most amazing product that I discovered last year.
I just recently discovered this. I was telling Gabby about it earlier. It's like that Brazilian bum cream that's going around. Like, it was really big. But they have like a chapstick version of it. And I really like it. I'll put it, we were recording when I did it, but I'll put it on in the beginning of my makeup as kind of like my lip primer. And usually by the time I get to my lips, because I usually do them last, it's like really, I don't know, I really like it a lot. And I'll put like a lot on at night, and I like the way it feels. It's like, it kind of feels like if you can layer it and make it feel kind of like a lip mask, or you can just put a little bit on and it feels like a subtle chapstick. So, and I love the way it smells.
Another really good one, I use this for if I ever have dry spots right by my eyes. I'll use this, which is Althea, I think it is. Yeah, Althea Purely Coconut. It's just coconut oil stick. And this is really good if you just want to put it like on your lips. And you kind of want to, I hate to tell you this, but like Burt's Bees was my favorite thing in the world. But then it turns out that what happens is that it actually dries out your lips. So you're applying it at least twice a day. And that's because it has menthol oil in it, or peppermint oil, which is great when you see that chapsticks, because it gives you that nice little subtle, like stinging kind of feeling. But you don't want that. It's going to actually dry out and damage your lips. So avoid those if you can.
This stuff's really good too. It's the Kiehl's butter mask for lips.
Ooh, I've heard Tasha has a good one too.
I haven't tried it, but I've heard
it yet. I've literally fallen in love with that other.
This stuff's really good. I have the same one that you do too, the Laneige one, but it's almost done. I've actually almost used the whole thing, which I'm kind of proud of because it lasts forever. But this is really good. It's coconut oil and wild mango butter. So I dig it. It saved Allie and I when we were in Chicago.
Oh man, in Chicago I have like the driest skin. So I like was applying chapstick 24/7.
Yeah, we were there in what? It was end of October, early November, Allie, and we were like, I can't feel my face.
Yeah, that would.
I think I missed you guys by like 1 week or something. I remember this because it
was like right at Halloween when we were there.
Yeah, I remember that.
We did a birthday Halloween trip and we drank a lot of gin.
Yeah, Chicago has some really good bars for cocktails and really good food. I loved it.
Honestly, we drink at the hotel bar a lot.
The bartender was awesome.
Yeah, like it was a good bar.
Yeah.
They kept making us really good drinks, so I was like, why not? I think we even made Nathan drink with us the one night.
I think we did.
And then
it was the same bartender like the whole time too.
We went to a sketchy bar. Allie almost got into a
Wait, what?
Cruella de Vil.
She was super drunk and she came over to me and she's like, I need you to protect me.
Oh my god.
It was about the internet. It was about the internet.
Like, oh god.
This like drunk Cruella de Vil is trying to stand there in like the smokers area of this bar on Halloween, so just to give you the setting, in Chicago, it's snowing outside, and she's like smoking her cigarette, and it was just so annoying because she even had a cigarette holder. So I was just like, and like,
So I haven't seen one of those in a long time, and by that I mean I haven't seen one of those since watching a movie.
I mean, it was a great Cruella de Vil costume, but I just was like, and she was sitting there like, the internet is totally secure. There's all these really smart engineers that work on it. And I was like,
all it takes is one person to be like, why do you work in security? I mean, everything's secure now. I mean,
well, she said it before she even, and like someone else in InfoSec was standing there with me, so they can attest that like we were just like, what? And so we were like, are you like, cool, the internet's secure, what do you do? And she just was like, I don't know, I don't remember what she did, but it doesn't matter. But either way, it was just like it was very like uneducated thing she was just throwing out there. And drunk Allie was like, no, stop it, like, no. And then yeah, I was like,
came and got me and was like, will you fight this chick for me?
because I was also being realistic about like what I can and cannot. She was taller than me, like.
But no one's taller than me, right? So you just become
yeah.
tall friend.
I was like, oh, you think you're tall? Well, let me go get my best friend and I'll be right back.
I like this. She's like, I'm gonna start to say, Gabby, can you finish this for me now? Boom.
That's us.
Drunk, yeah. That's drunk us, basically.
Oh, I forgot. This stuff, if you guys love gel nails and you can't go out to a salon, Dazzle Dry. I used to use gels all the time last year. And then my nails got totally ruined. Dazzle Dry is really great. It takes like literally 7 minutes to do your nails and it lasts for 3 weeks. And it doesn't destroy it. Like, it made my nails a lot thicker and stronger. I really highly recommend it. They have a ton of different shades. But yeah, you need to get the kit though, because you need to have the 4 steps, but you could buy the color, which is step 30 on their website. Really amazing stuff. Never switching over to anything else.
Did forget to mention a brand that I found recently that I really like. It's what I did on my lips for my liner and the gloss. It's House Laboratories, which is Lady Gaga's makeup brand. And I got just a few lip products. I actually really like them. I really like super neutral lip colors. I don't really go too dramatic with my lips ever. And she has like some really good colors, like a really good range of colors. And I really like the way they come packaged. Like the formula is really good. That's what I just used. I like the lip pencil. I have to sharpen it a lot, but I guess that's any lip pencil. But yeah, and I like her gloss. It's a little bit sticky for lip gloss, but I feel like that's just like lip gloss has been super in lately. I've seen like a lot of makeup stuff that I follow, so like it's just something that comes with the territory. Like, I would never be wearing this around the house. This is like going out makeup. But I really like it. It's comfortable. That's more what I care about, I guess, more than anything, is being comfortable. And I feel like that's kind of cool thing about makeup too, is you can like kind of make up your own rules. Like, there's like foundational things to know, but ultimately you can do whatever you want with it, like whatever you like the way it looks.
Just make sure you use a primer, or else you're in, like, that's the one thing. You can do whatever you want. Just make sure you use your primer.
Yeah. Oh, someone did ask about picking like lip colors for your skin tone. I would say it depends on if you have like warm or cool skin. And basically, probably the quickest, easiest way I can tell you how to say that is your veins. If they look bluer, they'll usually more cool, so like kind of pinkish undertones. And then if you're warm tone, you'll have more golden undertones, and your veins will look greener. And neutral, it'll be like kind of a mix in between. So it kind of depends. Neutral tones, like I said earlier, kind of work with all skin tones, including with your lips. So if you wear like a mauve kind of thing, that'll usually look good on mostly everyone. And it'll usually be a tone color like dusty rose and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say like if you have cool tone skin, usually cool colors will look better on your lips. And cool and warm colors, the best way I know how to describe them is the way I was taught them was like cool colors are colors of the sea and warm colors are colors of the sun. And so like your reds, your yellows, your oranges, colors of the sun, that's warm. Your cool colors, blue, green, like purplish kind of colors. I don't know. It's really weird how much like art and color theory really can tie into makeup if you like learn about it.
I always just do the back of the hand. Like, okay, that looks okay on my skin type.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's some like I'm super warm tone. Like my veins are legit just green, and I realized really quickly that like there's a lot of cool tone stuff that looks horrible on me. Like certain pinks, like if it's like a blue tone pink, it looks awful. It makes me look super washed out. Even if I do like blues, green I can sometimes handle if I have like gold. But yeah, if I do anything with blue, it makes me look ridiculous. It's awful. So
Yeah, anything that's like really bright pink, I can't do. Like
I can't really do very many warm colors. It doesn't look very good on me. I had a really hard time, especially when I first started like really getting into makeup. I had a really hard time finding like face and contour colors like for cool toned kind of thing because I would just always use warm tone and it just my skin would look too red and that's like already what I struggle with. So yeah, I don't know how else to describe warm versus cool colors, but it also goes kind of back into the color correction thing we were talking about earlier. Like if you honestly just Google like makeup color wheel and you can see how like green cancels out red and like it seems weird but it really kind of does make sense if you just think about like back in art class when they were telling us all this stuff.
Exactly.
I thought that was what was weird when I was like learning about makeup. Like I was like, oh, that's really weird how much actual like art stuff.
What's your guys' go-to perfume?
oh, mine are right back there. Please hold. I'll be RB.
Mine's in the closet, so I'm not gonna get it because it's like behind all this. But I like the Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium. That's my daily driver. I love it. I think they have one called like Libre or something too that I just recently got like a sample of and I really liked it.
So I have different ones. I'm a huge fan of this one perfume I've used for like years and years, and I've been hunting for a good perfume that I would maybe replace this with, but Hermes, this one is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
It's really nice. I don't know how to describe it except that when I put it on, it just reminds me of like the first day of spring or sometimes kind of like folding into summer, which doesn't make sense at all. But it's like stepping into a garden and there's a bunch of like white roses around. You're going to get like that fresh like grass smell too. So it's really, it's my favorite thing in the world. This is probably the only perfume I'm always going to buy, but okay, so it's wild grasses, an apple tree, and magnolia. Those are the smells.
One option is Whole Foods Market on Hughes Landing.
Thank you, Surrey. Shut up, Surrey. And if I'm feeling like I don't want to do a Hermes one, I got this one. I was in France a long time ago, but each one of these is a different perfume oil, so you only need like
cool.
So they have different ones like this in it. Lipstick Rose was one of my favorite ones in like high school. It smells like lipstick.
My favorite in high school was called Lucky You.
I wore Juicy, which was a horrible decision in retrospect.
Oh, Juicy.
They still have it though at Sephora. Like they still have perfume.
No, I'm not a person at all, so it just didn't jive with me. But I have a summer scent and a winter scent. I kind of rotate depending on the year. This is my absolute favorite. I actually have it in the body spray because this lasts longer than the actual perfume on me and it's cheaper. But it's the Tom Ford Neroli Portofino.
Ah, gotcha.
It smells amazing. It just smells like summer. It smells like sea salt and neroli and like jasmine and orange blossoms. And
Ooh.
it's amazing. And then my winter scent is Chanel.
Perfect.
I saw it come out and I was like, damn, it would be really funny if I liked that. And I always wanted to like Chanel, but it smelled a little bit like too mature for me. Like the number 5 and stuff. It just always reminded me of my grandma. And I tried this and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. It's got the Chanel signature scent, but it's definitely geared towards the younger crowd. So
I like it. I tried the Chloe perfume.
no.
No. It's like I smell that and I'm like, I think I'm actually allergic to the smell. It's terrible. Like, I thought not Coco Chanel, but the Chanel number 5 is very, very strong. But that one is super strong. I have a guest with me right now, you guys. You want to see my guest? Hold on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe Black Opium. I guess it's like, I feel like it's more of a floral scent, but it's kind of like badass floral. Also, oh, hi.
Sherlock, want to say hello?
So cute. It is so cute.
I feel like every time I'm on a call or a webinar, I'm like, oh, Sherlock. You guys want to see a Sherlock? There's a Sherlock. Okay, now she's upset. She's
like, stop.
Let me down.
She's still on my lap. She's kind of like a cat. She's very much cat. Hold on. Let's see. There you go.
My husky used to do that. I would be driving and he would insist on sitting on my lap, which is not, it was fine when he was a puppy, but like once he got to be like 80 pounds, it was really, really difficult.
Yeah, I have 3 big dogs and 3 cats. It's a little much.
Hey, Alice.
Sherlock and I have the
So
same
cute.
tag. You see
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. It's a little fox on there. It says a little fox. So I have a kind of like, this was the smallest one that Tiffany's would like sketch into something.
Like,
So I don't like wearing any jewelry on me, but I have that. And then I have another pendant on top of it. So it looks like a crown, but it's a clock. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you.
that's so cute.
All right. She's gonna just chill right here. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's a lap dog, a really big lap dog. Yeah, that is my makeup bag. Yes, you are sniffing my makeup bag. She's now hiding. Okay, nope. What? You want to say hi again? Okay.
So cute.
Well, is there questions anyone has for us about like beauty care? Even if you are a guy watching this, we can answer any question possible. Well, we'll try. Let's just put it that way. Let me look at what are the questions. Yes, Coco Mademoiselle has been amazing. I like that song too. It was good. Cool. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh wait, how do y'all feel about hair extensions? I just got some and learned how to put them in.
I have actually clips right now. This is my normal hair length, so this is all extension. So I've had microbeads done and I've had tape-ins. I'm doing my own tape-ins this weekend, which is going to be a wild adventure. I normally have my best friend does them, but we're obviously not able to see each other right now. So yeah, I like hair extensions. Obviously they're expensive. They're the maintenance, like if you're not willing to do the maintenance on them, then they're probably not for you. Like every time you wash your hair, you have to blow dry it. You have to make sure they're brushed out, like they don't mat up. Just generally keep them conditioned since they're not your hair. Like the ends will get dry really fast. So out of all of them, I prefer the micro beads because they're so small and like you just don't really even see them. You can put your hair up, it's pretty seamless. But as far as time goes, I think a whole head of those took about 6 hours. They're painful. So the tape-ins take like an hour max. Out of all of them, I prefer the
And they're questions, sorry.
No, and they're super easy. They're annoying to take out. Like the residue takes a long time to get off your hair. So I just took mine out like 2 weeks ago. So, but as far as everything goes, I don't know. I like them because I like having like princess hair. I like having a lot of hair to play with and like curl and do stuff with. So that's why I like extensions. So I don't know. Yeah, I think they're good.
I cannot wait to get a haircut, you guys. Next question we have. Any tips or advice for folks that wear glasses and doing makeup? Eye makeup is kind of pointless with glasses, it seems.
So when I used to wear glasses, I pretty much would just do probably a bit more. If I wanted my makeup to be noticed, like I would just do way more dramatic makeup than I feel like I felt like looked normal without my glasses on. But like I would just accentuate like my lids, for example. Like it depends on probably the frame of your glasses too, if you really think about it. Like think about how your glasses look with your face and stuff. But I would do like extra dark lids and things like that to like accentuate your eyes and make them look just like bigger and more attention grabbing, I guess. If that makes sense.
Nice.
But I don't wear glasses anymore.
By the way, thanks you guys for being on this and doing this. I know that a few members of Women Hackers was like, so when are we gonna can we do a makeup tutorial? I know it's not technical at all, but I really want to do one. I'm like, yeah, we can do that. And then I was like, I gotta get these guys involved.
No, thanks for letting me join in with y'all. I love talking about makeup.
Yeah, no, that's my hobby. So.
Yeah, and also thank you guys for being vulnerable with me by not wearing makeup.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, it is what it is, people. You saw the before, you saw the after, and there's magic involved throughout the process.
Yeah, I mean, that is honestly what I love about makeup so much is really you can kind of make yourself look however you want with makeup. Like I said earlier, it's like there's like kind of foundational things, but really there's no rules. A lot of people make really great makeup looks online and stuff, breaking the rules. So
that's true. And always mix. You don't have to stick to one brand. Remember that. You never have to stick to one brand. Like I've tried Milk other products and I hated them all except for this and the mascara. Yeah, there's sticks. I got the watermelons a brightening, I think, or serum or something like that, and I did not like it at all.
I got that one too, and I didn't like it.
It just didn't do anything for me. But this is just, I love this primer. But yeah. Any other questions on beauty products or on skincare? I think we're good. Well, if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out. We're all on Twitter. I hope you guys learned stuff, and thanks you guys again. This was awesome.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.